Okay, so today I am working on coming up with some power-ups for our main character. I got to a point with our sprite that I feel... I think that's working? Okay. So yeah, so today I'm working on power-ups for our character. I got our sprite to a point where I feel they're good enough for now. They definitely still need some work. The colors are off. There's just not enough contrast for the arms. But considering the fact I'm going to be changing the arms out for different power-ups, I decided just to go ahead and push forward for what I have now. And these decisions actually may change the overall sprite, because the idea is the power-ups will be things that, you know, plug onto or change the body of the character in some way. So I have the grid set up so it's the size of the hitbox, but we may end up actually making the hitbox a little bit more narrow because it doesn't really make sense with the sprite how it is now. So that is all that. What I'm going to do is probably just copy and paste this little robot a few different times. Each one I'll just add on to and make changes. So, you know, one thing I was thinking about besides needing music is probably the easiest I want to come up with right off the bat. I'm just thinking some kind of big jump. So thinking about making a spring. It's spring. All right. I was thinking like big bounding jumps. All right, another one would be like a glide. So what, like some kind of... I'm humming. It could be a parachute that comes out. It could also be like a hang glider looking thing. They also have these little... Let's see... hand glider. Depends on what it is. You can ask, I may not necessarily answer. Hello. I am making art for a game my husband and I are working on. We are making a game for a platformer for the GBA. No, we have a business. If you look up Pocket Pulp, that's our business. It's the same handle that we use for our YouTube. Let me see. I guess a jetpack would be another option. No, I guess my title would be designer. It's my husband and I were a team of 2. So there's a lot that we both do. So right now my responsibilities are coming up with the story of the game. What's gonna happen? Who's this character? What are they doing? So that's right now I'm coming up with power-ups because we're kind of like in the beginning state. Well, not kind of like, we are in the beginning stages of making a game. This will be our second game for the GBA. Like I said, the Pocket Pulp Instagram is Pocket Pulp, and that's our business. Right now, we've got, it's about a drone, so a exploratory robot that was sent to a planet that gets forgotten, and it just lives amongst the creatures of that planet. It is literally like we are trying to figure it all out. So after our first game, we did a Kickstarter for that, and our backers' feedback was they really loved our game, but they wish that we would have shared the process a little bit sooner, because when we did our Kickstarter, we were actually done with the game, and they wanted to be more involved in the process of creating. So for this one, we are starting from the get-go. We are sharing everything from the start. So including all the brainstorming and trying to come up with this, because I think sometimes people think that just the idea of making a game is different. I don't know, it's just good to see other people's processes. Maybe some people do it differently, but for us there's a lot of brainstorming and kind of figuring things out before making any moves. Maranam, hello. No, Muhammad, you may not have my personal Instagram. I think I'm going to, so what I'm doing now is just coming up with different ways. And the idea was originally that the arms, the legs, things like that could be detachable. So I'm not too much digging the backpack, the little jetpack attached to the back. I think actually having Thanks, Baki. It's something. I'm getting there. I've gone through a lot of iterations. If anybody has ideas for power-ups, let me know. Leave that one there. Big hook. That's what I would do. Just that ice climbers have a thing that they use. I don't know the name of it, but yeah, it's like a sickle-shaped thing. So we already have some mechanics in the prototype that we have. Just they're placeholders, but they're the pretty, more common basic ones. One of them is wall climb. What's the storyline? Well, Baki, we're working on that. So typically how we do games, like, it's kind of funny. Inky and the Alien Aquarium was our first game, and story was the very last thing that we came up with. Like, we had pretty much the entire game done before we knew what the story was. As far as, like, it was a puzzle game, so all the puzzles made, things like that. We knew what our main character was. But this one being a platformer, the story impacts so much in the game. Yeah, it's going to be a game for the Game Boy Advance, so we are restricted by the Game Boy Advance hardware. So yeah, it's a pixel game. The screen's 240 by 160, so it's going to be, you know, that's as complicated as I can get as far as pixel art goes. 240 by 160, so 240 pixels by 160. So back to the story, because it's a platformer, we kind of have to have more of the story ironed out. Before we get started, because, you know, you have to have a story to know what the power-ups are and everything else. So this is a new process for us. It's very different. Right now we're kind of feeling this little drone robot got a job as a delivery person living on this planet, and what I'm throwing around right now as far as the story is the people of this planet, they're very segregated. There's different biomes, and the actual people cannot live outside their biome. So they know very little about what goes on outside their community. And this little robot has only lived in that one community with the same people, but it's going to start exploring and learning that there's other drones out there that have also gone rogue like this one has, except they're getting into trouble. So the robot's going to go battle other robots. Not a lot. You do not make retro games for the money, man. You can look on our last Kickstarter. We did physical release. We did a physical release as well as digital. That definitely does help with the money. But we do everything ourselves. We're manufacturing it. We're putting it all together ourselves. And then we also have our game for sale on itch, so itch.io. We also have a couple of free games on there, and demos and things like that too. So on itch, it is per demo. I mean, so demo, but it's per download. Yeah, people actually purchase the game and download it. And then we're working on the process to getting more physical copies in. So we'll do more physicals again, and we sell those on Etsy. But it's not, yeah, you don't do this for the money. We're not. It's a passion project for us. It's just, the team is my husband and I. He does the programming, I do the art. Yeah, it's nice. We enjoy working together. And I believe we're a good team. We have very different strengths. This is way too big for what I need it to be. But yeah, it's really nice working with someone you love, man. Hey, Jackie. How's your day going? I still want to go smaller, man. Like a silly little umbrella. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I like this song. What song is this? Oh, they're not showing. That's not what I was going for. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know it went horribly, or do you just feel it went horribly? Why? How do I show the who's playing now? Why is that not showing? It used to. There we go. Nope. Oh well. I'm gonna do a propeller hat. Yeah, so I'm really just trying to see what else. All right, I got a spring here for like a high jump or like a bounding jump. I did a little jetpack, but I didn't care for it. So then I changed the jetpack for underneath. So to do an additional jump. I was also thinking, oh, and then we have a wall climb. So these are like big ice hooks for a wall climb. This is me still trying to figure out gliding, but I'm thinking the propeller hat's cuter for the gliding. So that's as far as I've gotten so far. Because what we have, I think we have 11 on that demo that we shared in Discord, which we have, probably should have written these down because I was thinking we're going to change these. They're more placeholders than anything else. But and if Sean was here, he'd help. But I think double jump, like an extra jump, big jump, wall climb, glide. Could probably pull the demo up and look. But like I said, those are all placeholders now, so we can do just about anything. So yeah, that's a good question. It depends on how we implement the power-ups. So is this gonna be a propeller that pops out only when the player is jumping, or is it going to be something that's always there? Now, if it's something that's always there, one thing I was thinking about is then making a different bottom, like a different wheel. Like I can go outside this hitbox some. It may not even be a problem at all. Another option would be to kind of lower this down. Because the other thing to think about is, like, this hitbox is actually a bit wider than I think what we'll end up using. I asked Sean to go wider, and now I'm like, no, we should go smaller. But the other thing too, it's not as big as an issue with the art as what Sean's thinking, because I can adjust the art. So even though it is a, I should pull up the demo just so you can see what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Oh, give me a second. All right, I gotta take this out. There's music on it. Give me a second, let me pull it up. OBS, where'd you go? All right, hopefully you can't hear the music from that. 'Cause that was the same music we used for Aunt Flora. All right, so this is kind of the demo that we have right now. And you can see here, like, this is what Sean was talking about, like the in the green area, you can see that the head of the character would line up with the floor above, or the wall above. But I can change that so it, you know, just don't make the actual world, like ground, look like it begins until a couple pixels higher up. So I can get around things like that. You were listening to Aunt Flora. That's where he's just messing with the music. He's trying to build as much as possible until, so that way then we can just fill it in with the actual game. But he's trying to get all the mechanics or everything technically working. So music, everything else. But yeah, you were totally hearing Aunt Flora. I can only do the music for Aunt Flora for so long. It just kind of happens. Man, this is like slippery. Definitely slippery feeling. I gotta think I gotta go back and look at the Discord on how to cycle between the different power-ups. L, okay. So one is just a normal jump. Well, you can also use A to, oh, I can do all sorts of stuff here. I'm cycling with A. All right, 2 is double jump. So you can see like that. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, slippery does work for the robot. All right, and then this is double jump, and then we have wall jump. So you can see the little pixel where that yellow determines the only go like it. No, it's not right. That's something weird on it, how to determine. It doesn't hold. Thought you could go up more than that. And then, oh, it's just a single wall jump. Now it's a double wall jump. Yeah, he does it so he didn't like that. He has it so you just do one wall. So double, like, it's a single wall jump, then double wall jumps. 5 is all the jumps. There you go. That's all the way up. Six is glide. Which, I don't know if that really goes with the propeller hat, but I really like the propeller hat. And then 7 is high jump. So that's what we have so far, but they're just placeholders. They're not anything set in stone. And it was kind of funny. We were thinking about last night, we were talking about the game, and you know, we were talking about power-ups and how to figure out what to do with them. And it's just a interesting thing to kind of have to figure out. So we were thinking that how it would work is that the character would have, you would choose your power up before starting the level, and you could only use so much of it. So you have a battery, and that battery can run out. So you only have so much that you can use. But my idea is, because it's going to be a little bit Metroidvania, like, so, okay, hey, maybe you can't get to this part until you have the propeller hat, right? Well, I thought it'd be cool if you had, like, parts where you needed to use the propeller hat, and then you needed to use this part, so, like, you needed a combination. Hello, Gabriel. Yeah, you were here last time. That's what we're thinking, one power up at a time, kind of. But you would select it, yeah, I guess one power up at a time. Man, I'd like to use more than one though. Ah, cool. Well, that's good. Improvement, that's what we're going for, always improvement. Oh, so you can change it. Well, I guess it would depend on what the power-up was. Yeah, every time Sean changes his mind, yeah, Casey just merges all past, present, and future ideas together. Yes, 100%. Sean, well, I just have to say too, he's just mad because I found in a Discord where he told me I could do 32 by 32. And so I proved that I was not crazy and that I did hear 32 by 32 at some point. Little wings. Oh, wait. That would be cruel, man. That would be absolutely cruel to do that. Right, thank you. Thank you, Gabriel. Stick up for me, man. Nah, it's interesting working as a team, man. It is, especially on creative things. And especially when things are from scratch. Like starting from the get-go, from just trying to figure it out. Let's go back and get this one. I was thinking eyes as well. We could adjust the eyes. Sean and I have very different ways of thinking and doing things, but it's good because that's what makes us a good team. You know, I don't have any game development experience, but you know, Sean been trying to make a game for a long time until we paired up. And then together we did it. Actually got one done. And I don't, you know, he could probably tell you better than I can what I bring, but everyone talks about being the solo dev, but there's like value to being in a team. Yep. But that's something. 20 by 28 works later. Never mind, let's do 17 by 21. But it's a constant exercise in communication for sure. I don't know, like let's just say like there's a different eyeball. We do have fun. Makes it interesting. We definitely give each other a lot of crap. I was laughing really hard at the... I don't know what the center is, Gabriel. I worked at a company where we had an intern that was caught mining crypto on a computer. They got fired. That's a little silly. Not getting fired for doing crypto. My little guy's eyeball. Ooh, maybe just like a big visor. I have no information on any of your Lenovo project. What color? Oh, I just made this color up, that's why. So I would think, let's see some text. That's terrible text, man. Dude, I could do better just writing it myself. Oh. Yeah, why bother, man? Yeah. It's all a big scam, man. You learned something though, didn't ya? Hey, Gabriel, you have me. Okay. Don't be negative. I'm not gonna write out jump, I'm just gonna say J, because I don't, oh, I can just copy and paste. How old are you, Gabriel? Being young is hard, man. It is. It's the hardest time, man. I don't think I started finding out who I was until my 30s. Like, life is not how the arts portray it. At least it wasn't for my sake. Like, everything is relative. So just keep that in mind. You could be around a lot of not so smart people and you can feel not smart if they're constantly telling you that you're not right, you're wrong. But then you expand your horizons, get out, meet more people, and realize, oh wait, no, I wasn't wrong. Those people just weren't right for me. But that's the downside of being young. You don't really have a lot of like control about where you are and the people that you're around and who you expose yourself to. So you end up just feeling lost a lot. At least that's how it was with me. And then I got older and getting out more and like left where I was from, and I was like, oh, I'm not a weirdo. I'm just different than the people I was or grew up around. So watch that negative talk, man. There's nothing wrong with being gullible and soft. Yep, I get that. Everything's a lesson, though. So this would be like some kind of sight. I think, Jackie, you nailed it last time and said what it was. It was the eye of truth. Maybe sight or laser. Yeah, well, we all have our things, man. Laser. Lens of truth. Dang it. What did I call it? Laser. I love this like really horrible font I'm doing here. Ah, we're just gonna stick it out like that. That's an R. Laser. Man, interests are good. Eye of truth. Yeah, see? Gabriel falls out of chairs. I can't remember the names of things. I can't tell. I've played every Commander Keen, but if I'm in a conversation and I just mention it, I'm gonna call it Captain Keen every freaking time. Every time. Sean thinks it's hilarious, but it was funny. I played Commander Keen with my mom growing up. We play on the computer, like sit right there together and play it. And we were talking about it the other day, and she called it Captain Keen too. So I was like, that's where I get it. All right, what do I have here? We have normal, double jump, wall jump, double wall jump. Glide and high jump. Ooh. Or this could also be double jump. Flap the wings to get one more. Uh-huh. I'm not even trying here. Y'all talk your old computers. Oops. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sorry, Gabriel, because I will forever hear the dial-up tone in my head. That's my dial-up impression. Oh, you're so lucky to never know. Shut up. For real? You just shocked me, Jackie. I'm just like, I'm having a moment here. Jesus, for real? Yeah. I remember going to college. That was the first time I had like higher, like it wasn't, I don't think we had, it wasn't dial up because we had for the whole dorm. And I just remember that was the first time I was able to like download music. And it took hours to download a song. And then you'd get it and realize that was like, oh wait, this is just like a jacked up version because someone put out there. Well, it's just like, Sean can explain this better than me, but yeah, it's the same thing. You ever see the movie Hackers? And that was like one of the first hacking that they did was with the tones, that you could fake the tones and do like long distance calling for free. These are not as fun as I want them to be. But right now, the only ones I'm really digging. Yeah, that's a good, was it onomatopoeia for the dial-up sound? That's so funny, man. I can seriously hear it. I like this song. What song is this? Bossa Bossa Beat by Nana Quabina. Dial-up was when your mom couldn't make a phone call because you were on the internet. That's what dial-up was. Dial-up was when if you worked at a company and someone kept picking up the fax line while you're trying to make a fax. I mean, you can know what it is, but you don't, like, to remember what it was like living with it. Like, the internet's so easy these days. It's just so easy. Well, with the phone call wouldn't disrupt your internet. You just could, it was like a busy sign. You'd have a busy sign. So like, remember one time I left it connected and then, you know, nobody could get through our phone line because I forgot to turn the internet, you know, disconnect. Yeah. How'd you get a school PC? Thinking right now about the lag sucks, man. Well, it just doesn't work, man. The tire just looks square. You have a physics teacher, and they teach physics. I'm trying to figure out how to get my little character to fit more in the hitbox so I can make space for something coming out of the head a little bit more. No. Did he give it to you? Because that would be a cool teacher. So you fixed it and the teacher let you keep it? 100 streams and finally. So all you needed was some super glue. I will, Jackie. Oh, Jackie! You're making me happy. Yeah, I did some pottery yesterday. I should, my little deku pots, scrub pots should be ready. For pottery? That's my therapy, man. Right now I'm working on double bowl ice cream or double walled ice cream bowls as gifts for Christmas. Yeah, I had to stop on cranking out the pots because I need to get some feedback to see what they look like. I need to post a video what they look like after after the first firing. The eyes turned out really good. I'm not too keen on the actual outside of them. So what I'm doing here too, by the way, is we were talking about how it'd be funny if the robot was trying to take samples of people everywhere. A magic pottery class? I don't know, man. I'm self-taught. Seems like Zito. Screw linear algebra. Probably. No. It just needs to look like a long needle, but it looks like a sword. Jackie's like, now I gotta go steady. Thanks, y'all. Actually change this arm. Shield? That's what it's gonna be now. I didn't even think about a shield. I was just drawing. I was like, what can this be? Well, now you said shield. Now I'm like feeling it. I kind of feel like it should be further out though. Whoa, you guys are going like really fast. Okay. Shield. Ah, thanks, Jackie. Yeah, originally I was thinking like a sonic boom kind of weapon, but then we're not really doing weapons, so like a shield makes more sense. Something to block something. I think next after this, I'll be working on enemies. Is that how big their head was? Yeah, that's the thing. No one ever looks at this very closely. And what you draw is not really necessarily what people see. Should really probably be green shield, if anything. I'm not in love with it, but I'm gonna leave it for now. You know, I could also do a force field. Toilet paper. There you are. Your phone died last time? Well, you were using it a lot. To do all the fancy art in the chat. It's okay, I understand people have to go when they have to go. I don't take things personally. So I started off with, you've seen most of these, right? Mm-hmm. So big spring, I started labeling them what they could be. Right now my favorite's the propeller. I like the spring. Now I'm working on like a little force field. I did a little shield and I was like, nah, I should do something more like with this little blank space coming out of its head. So, Jackie says hi. They were talking about numbers and triggers and stuff. He is going to go nuts. You gonna take him outside? You gonna go dig? I'm trying to remember what my spheres looked like last time. I did an outline, then I did an inner color. Yeah, but then it was clear too. Yeah, but the whole thing wasn't. Okay. You're correct. Maybe he goes crazy. Hobo, come here. Alright, I gotta put these down. Come here. Oh god! This was a bad idea. He's gonna flip out. Hold up, hold up. I gotta... Alright, Hobo, relax.
You gotta go around,
Hobo.
Hobo. Hobo, over here. Here you go. That way.
Come
on,
here.
me.
Come here. Come on. Whoa, you're the one jumping. Hold up, hold up. Let me get this.
Hobo, not on me, not on me. You gotta come around. That way, that way, that way, that
You
way.
can kind of see him. Hobo, come here. No, you're gonna knock the table, not that way. Oh god, no.
Hobo, you gotta come this
Come here.
way. I know, I know.
He can't. It's just too much.
It's too much.
Too much. Sorry. Hobo, can you look this way?
He's excited about
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
So, yeah, that's one dog.
Go, go. Don't be rude, don't be.
He's a little. He's got some issues.
Just put it mildly.
Yeah, Gator's my little dog. My little easy dog. Hobo is Hobo's got some issues, man. But we all have issues, right? So. Say what, dear? What'd you think about? No, we're gonna use disposables. Mm-hmm. So I used on our other game to communicate the sphere. I did white. Hobo is a happy dog. I found him wandering the street 8 years ago, I believe, now at this point. And, oops. And he was such a cute dog. I just could not believe that he didn't belong to anybody. So I took him to the shelter, no one claimed him. And then I adopted him and I found out he's crazy. But he's my crazy, so, and I promised him a good life, so that's what he gets. But he's really excited right now because Sean has outdoor clothes on. If Sean has outdoor clothes on, that means someone's gonna go outside with him. Which he can go outside anytime he wants, but he's just so, he's got such intense separation anxiety that he can't stand to be apart from us, so he chooses not to go. You got a Pomchi? That's funny. Yeah, I got a Maltese pug mix. And Hobo is like Australian Shepherd, Collie, pretty much every herding dog, according to like the DNA test that we did. But we kind of had that figured out already because he has natural herding instincts. A Pomchi would be like Pomeranian Chihuahua, right? I'm almost thinking... maybe-ish. There you go, that fanciness toilet paper. That's even cooler than last time. Last time they were all ear headphones. I'll take that, Zeto. I thought that would be like a cool effect, right, man? Like, Zelda does that a lot. They use sound to communicate in the game. It'd be cool to have something that... What's Woodbee, by the way, Jackie? I am self-taught, Zeto. I do the art for our games, but I am definitely self-taught. In fact, I just, I did all the game for, I mean, all the art for all of our games so far, but pixel art is what my focus has been. That's a cool one. Toilet paper, these are way better than last time. That's interesting. I'm thinking, I'm just having a little flashback of something called Stumble Upon. And used to go in and it would just take you to some random website, but I'm imagining it's something different than that. Like, you don't go to a random website, like you actually search and find things that old school websites would have. Yeah, I don't think they could do that anymore. I don't think it's a thing. Yeah, my background's sales and marketing, like my professional background, and Sean and I were both burnt out with our lives, and so we thought, oh, okay, well, what would happen if we made a game? And I gave Pixel Heart a try, and I was like, I can do this. It's way harder than what I thought it was gonna be. But I've been managing, you know? I wouldn't say, you know, I would say I am proficient. But I actually just recently, like I said, signed up for art classes to kind of help me get better. Yeah, Stumble Upon should be gone. I don't think you could use it anymore. Well, thank you. That's nice to hear. I've done a lot. I mean, I've worked at it for a while. It's been a couple years now that I've been doing this. But it still feels good to hear that other people enjoy it. Right now I'm thinking about like one of those old school hearing devices that you'd see back in the cartoons. You'd have like this like tubey thing that they'd stick in their ear. Maybe it'll hang down because right now it blends in with what they used to have. Use the SE. What's the SE? Thanks, dear. I'm gonna answer that question, Zeto. Because I've thought about this a lot. No. I would not live forever if I could. I don't think we're meant to live forever. I think that would take away the whole point in life. I mean, sure, it'd be cool to live for like, I think like 200 years is the max I could probably do. There's this book series called Scythe, Scythe, and it's interesting because the whole concept is that humankind has learned how to no longer die, pretty much cheat all forms of death. Well, because of that, people still want to have kids, right? So they have like almost like this death system where they have to like cull the human population because they can't get overpopulated because they haven't been able to get off the planet Earth. So they go around, they kill like certain people. But then what's interesting is that it talks about kind of like how no longer being afraid of dying affected people. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a very interesting concept. But I've always felt that way, man. Even as a kid. Like, eternity is not a good thing. Like, eternity is not something that you want to experience. At least not me. I would get bored. How about you? Or anybody else? Would they want to live forever? My E's are terrible right now. I think it would be very lonely. Too much responsibility, man. I think we are experiencing life, for the most part, how it's intended to be experienced. Except we could definitely be kinder to each other. I think that is something we are missing. That makes sense. I don't know, man. Like, I had someone ask me, you know, I'd like to live to be like 120. That's my goal. I read a lot of sci-fi and things of that nature. And it's a common theme that you see in like immortal creatures, that they eventually they lose their humanity, because, you know, sort of like you can't experience love without loss. So I lost someone this year, actually, that was important to me, and it hurt a whole bunch. And I thought about it and I was like, man, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And then I thought about it and I was like, well, that's not right, because really then that means that person, like, I would never have had that love for that person had they, you know, that's why it hurts so much, is because I loved them so much and they aren't here anymore. So like, if you don't have that, you can't experience that loss and you can't experience that love. I know. What about something that can go over slippery stuff? That's a good question, though. Not forgetting that we can all go some point. I mean, we should all be conscious of that. Well, that's funny to say that. So I was talking to my friend who had lost her parents, and I was like asking her when I was going through all this, I was like, when does it stop? When does it stop hurting? And it never does. You just learn how to deal with it. Like, that pain is still there. and it'll always be there. It's like a scar that you learn to deal with, so it doesn't go away. Like, so as far as emotions, yeah, they're emotions, but you can control them to a certain point, but then, I don't know. There's also a certain point where all right, toilet paper. Yeah. You're lucky, man, because we all experience it sometime. And it is not nice. But it happens. It's part of it. And you think you can prepare yourself for it, but you can't. Even if you know it's happening, it's coming. You just can't. But it was my dad. It was my stepdad. He raised me, and he died in February of this year. And he was super supportive of the game business. He didn't understand it, but he always asked about it. Always asked me how I was doing. Always proud of me. You can't prepare yourself. If you try to prepare yourself, you're just screwing yourself. I thought I could. You know, I thought I could, like, and it doesn't. There's nothing you can do. The best you can do is just live in the moment. Love who you can love at the time. Love yourself and go from there, man. One thing that sucks about working like this small is that, like, I just can't get a lot of stuff in there. I'd love to get in there, I just can't. And you gotta make sacrifices. Yeah. It's a weird feeling, man. Yeah, I do. I talk to him all the time. All the time. I can still feel him sometimes. I can still, like, I don't know. I feel like I get messages from him sometimes. I've had a few dreams where he was there. Yeah. I was very lucky to have him in my life. That's good, man. I wasn't lucky enough to have I got to know my aunts and uncles later in my life. We'd see them occasionally when we were kids, but there's like a big fallout on one side of the family. But I've gotten closer with my aunts and stuff over the years, and it's important, man. I do believe that they do live on, and I do believe that people that we love are out there and that have passed, they're still here in a certain way, and that they can. But you can't meet everyone, you can't save everyone, because like every decision makes a choice. So like the loss of one person, you know, may spear an action in another that produces another person, you know, it's all chain reaction. So like you can't save everybody. That's the crappy part. You're not appropriate. No, not at all, man. This is fine. If I don't want to talk about something, I'll just say I don't want to talk about it, or I ignore people. One of the two. I like deep conversations. I do think time travel will be cool, though. That would be fun. I got like space for like maybe one more. I'm trying to think what else I can do. Yeah, I'm not like, the ones I like the most, I guess, would be like the float, the shield. I kind of like the superior thing. I like the eye thing too. I may redo that. Yeah. I was gonna go until my tea's done, and my tea's about done. Gun. We're not gonna do any guns, man. We're gonna try not to. I think we're gonna make our little baddies go to sleep. I think you're gonna bop them on the head and make them go to sleep. But that may be a fun one to do next time, is to come up with some baddies. The goal is to get as much as the grandmas are the best, man. Batteries would be fun. I like characters. Characters are my strong point. Getting to the background stuff, that's a little bit harder. But once we have like a level laid out, like what you kind of saw, I can think more clearly, because I can be like, oh, I can see that this could be this and this could be that. But just coming up from like scratch is a little bit more difficult. I may brainstorm on this character a little bit more, maybe kind of try to make them even smaller. Ooh. I like the ice skates idea. Thank you, Jackie. Laser sword. Laser. Laser eyes. I got this one with the little thing. I was thinking, look, sight laser. That's what I was thinking there. I suppose I should have actually drawn the laser coming out of the eyes. Ooh. Like a ghost version? I could do that. I could do that. All right. All right, dear. Thanks for hobo. It is kind of like a transformer, isn't it? Toilet paper. That may be a good place for me to look for inspiration. One of the things that's been on my mind is Inspector Gadget. I don't know if y'all remember Inspector Gadget. Y'all might be too young, but same kind of thing. I have no idea, dude. Is that like... I used to love Inspector Gadget. Penny did all the crime solving. Go Gadget Ghost. So let's see. Make the arm a little bit better. I like that. Invisible to enemies. Like you would need a... Ooh, possessing. There was a game that was like that we played for the GB Jam that we did. Someone had possessing enemies as like the I'm just gonna put ghost for now because that's quicker to spell than, or less letters than invisible. Ghost Trick. Yeah, you played some of those games. It's amazing. We were talking to somebody, just how easy it is to forget the names of games. All right, y'all. I think this is good for now. This is good. This is really good. At least got a couple I think I would want to use. I like the ghost, man. I like the ghost. I'm digging the super ear, the shield, the float with the little propeller hat. I like these two sights. It's good stuff. Yeah, we'll probably do the baddies either Friday or Monday or something like that. I try to take weekends off, but I'll put something up whenever I figure out when it's gonna be. But appreciate y'all coming out. And Jackie and Zeto and Toilet Paper. Gabriel was here earlier too. I think they left. Yeah, so like the beasts in the character in the game. So yeah. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks again, and everyone have a fantastic, fantastic evening.